to They Tried to Bury Us. My name is Tamer and Kattan. I'll be your host. I'm a comedian, a writer, and an actor. I was born in Egypt and moved to America when I was just a kid, so I'm very proud of being an immigrant. And ever since I started doing comedy, I've met more and more immigrants, and I have found more and more amazing stories, and that's what this podcast is all about. Each week, I'm going to have a new guest. They're going to sit down and share with us their American origin stories, and we're going to get to know each other better, and we're going to find out that we're all just the same. So tune in each week, tell every single person you know, and thanks for listening. You were mentioning a homeless lady earlier, and I talked to a homeless guy today. You know what he said to me? He said, I don't like the phrase homeless.
Yeah.
I have a home. Cockroaches have homes.
Oh.
He said, I'm not homeless. I'm houseless.
Oh.
And I go,
That's
well,
great.
you know what? I live in an apartment. He goes, see, you're houseless too. We're the same. When you
Yeah.
call me homeless, it makes it seem like we're different.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you
Absolutely
make a very
right.
good point.
Is this
and I go,
working now?
yeah, I hear it.
Oh, we're
yeah.
talking? We started?
Yeah, I'm talking.
Oh, I'm
Mom.
sorry. Oh, okay. You don't start it the way
I was
you
trying.
do.
I was trying just to have a regular conversation, and then we jump
not-
into the.
Yeah, okay. Sorry.
Okay, now we're gonna start a different way.
Okay. It's okay. Keep it as is. Organic. Organic. I like it.
Hey, so welcome back to another episode of They Tried to Bury Us. I'm Tamer and Kattan, and with me, as always, is my co-host.
Kity, Kattan.
Hey, that was a different one.
Yeah, Kity, Kattan.
You sounded so bubbly,
I think so.
like you did cocaine in the bathroom.
Oh my God! Shut up, damn it!
You love
Please.
my drug jokes.
Oh my
so
God,
much.
I hate it. Because people they think you take drugs, and I don't like that. It's
good.
I
Keep
raise
away
good
from
men.
me.
I raise good men. Okay.
There's good people that do drugs.
Yeah, but
Thomas Edison.
it's okay. No, it's not in my.
Jimi Hendrix was a good man.
I don't give a damn.
Okay. Wow. Such profanity.
Yeah.
Well, hey, I'm glad you're in a sassy mood
Good.
because this is a special episode.
Uh-huh.
This is episode 35.
My goodness, I can't believe it.
Can you believe it's been 35 weeks?
Yeah, I can't believe it.
That's a lot. Time does fly. And I'm also really surprised by how much our relationship has changed
Yeah.
because of this podcast.
Can I say something?
No.
No. You know what? I'm so proud of my relationship with you.
Thank
so
you.
proud. I see something today. I'm not going to mention anything, but the Egyptian family.
Okay.
And their son, like maybe early 40, late 30. I met him in the street. I don't know him. And he walked with his dog. I said hello. And I went to his home. He's coming. He don't talk to his mom.
What do you
at
mean?
all.
You met him just going for a walk, and you
Yeah,
met
and
this,
I don't know him.
You didn't know.
because
How
I
did
just-
you find out that you were both
I just met his
Egyptian?
mom yesterday, and she invited me to her house today for coffee.
This is such a confusing story, Mom.
It's okay.
Wait, how did you meet? I'm so confused. So you're walking
Let
down
me
the
clear
street,
it
you
for
meet.
Let me clear
How did
it.
you meet his mom?
Okay, yesterday was so funny. I met somebody, she tried to park her car front me, and I'm going front my house. I'm going for my walk.
Okay.
And I hear her husband, he stand up by the curb, and she drive Lexus, and he keep tell her what to do. And I think he's so confused. So I stop. I said, don't listen to him in Arabic.
Oh, my God.
Don't listen to him. You're doing good. Keep
So
going.
wait, so you spoke? They were speaking in Arabic.
So I got
So
involved.
you spoke in Arabic.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he laughed. He said, oh, my God.
That's
and
funny.
we started, and she said, where do you live? And I said, here, that's my house. And I said, what you doing? She said, I'm going to this house. And she said, you're so cute. I need to talk to you. I said, okay.
What?
I need to go my walk.
See, that's women can do that.
Yeah.
I can't look at another guy and be like,
Yeah.
"Hey, buddy,
Yeah.
you're so cute. Let's have a chat."
Women different.
Yeah, that's
So
true.
I said, okay, I'm going for my walk right now. When you finish your visit, come visit me. My house right there.
Wow.
Yeah, right there.
Just these two strangers because they spoke
Yeah,
Arabic.
but I can tell.
They're on their way to the beach. Hey,
no,
when you
they're going visit somebody from somebody close to
so
me.
they're visiting some friends
Yeah.
that happen to live on your street.
Yeah, yeah.
You say, go visit your friends. On your
And
way back, come stop by here.
Visit me because
That's
she
so
said, "Hey,
nice.
stop! Give me your name. You're so cute." I said, "No, I'm not cute. I'm just I talk too much, So but I felt I connected to her right away. So
Interesting.
she sent me, they came and visit me for maybe 2 hours, and then they left, and she sent me at home around 11 o'clock message, come tomorrow, drink coffee with me, because they live close to me, 2 streets from me.
Yeah. Oh,
So,
wow. That's
yeah,
nice.
so I walk this morning, 10 o'clock, I have to go to her home. And
Can I just make a point about something?
Uh-huh.
So they lived 2 blocks away from you. They were visiting a friend that lived on your street, and they drove there.
yes, yes, yeah, yeah, it's
Oh,
to
California.
California. No, it's Middle East people.
Instead of
Yes,
walking 2 blocks,
oh yeah.
they drove.
So obviously, your mom, I walked to their home this morning.
Oh, okay.
I walk. And even I still have my tennis shoes. So I walk and everything. In my way walking to their home, I saw some guy with his dog walking, and he has his radio in his ear. But I said hello. When you walk, me. In the morning,
Yeah,
I say
you say hi
hi,
to everybody.
good morning, and he answered.
Yeah.
And that's it. And I went in his home. I don't know that's his mom.
No way.
Yeah.
So this
small
lady
world.
that you met the day before, you're in their home, and on the way to her house, you said hi to her son without even knowing.
And I don't know that's
Oh, wow, that's
yeah.
interesting.
So I'm sitting drinking coffee, and the guy he is coming with his dog, and I say, "Oh my God, is this your son?" I just told him hello in my way here. So he was nice. But anyway, I don't know. I didn't say any name, but I felt I am lucky today because she told me they don't talk to each other and they live in same home.
They don't talk to each other.
And I felt, oh my God, I didn't say anything, but I went to home all my way back home. I keep saying, thank God, my relationship with Tamer. I cannot sleep one night.
I mean, it's one thing to be like, I don't talk to my parents that much, but to not talk with them and live under the same roof is worse.
Yeah.
Right?
But I'm gonna tell you something. The Egyptian people.
Is there a reason? Did she ever share a reason for it? or-
No, I didn't ask, but I can tell the Egyptian people force their kids when they are small to do some stuff they don't like it.
Well, how did you jump to that conclusion? Like, do
I
you
can
know?
tell. I
Oh,
can
you
tell.
can tell.
She mentioned little thing between, and I
okay.
figure it out.
Yeah, you're pretty intuitive, actually.
Yeah,
So
I figure it out because
buy
I
that.
know the way we raise our kids.
How old is the guy, do you think?
Maybe late 30 or early
Okay.
40.
Oh, that's kind of old to still be living at home.
They have two homes, but she live with him because she feel his. I don't know. I don't want to go to
Okay.
detail.
Okay.
But I felt my point is, I felt I'm so lucky. We clash sometimes together, me and you, with different opinion, but we never not talking to each other.
Yeah, that's true.
Never, never, never.
Yeah.
And I think if this happened to me, I don't think so. What to do?
See, I got to tell you something that's weird, though, Mom.
Yeah. Okay.
And this is going to sound funny to you, but
Yeah.
I used to always joke with my friends that I said my family's definition of warmth was a head in the oven and feet in the freezer. And my mom would overlove me and my dad would overdiscipline me.
Yes,
And,
I agree.
and you said sometimes we clash, but we never, ever don't talk to each other. And that's great. And I
Yes.
love it. But I've totally gone periods of time with not talking to Tino.
Yeah,
He would just be like, I disagree with you, don't talk to me. And
Yeah,
he'd walk away
yeah,
from it. And we'd
yeah.
go weeks and months sometimes.
I'm talking about my relationship
No,
with you.
but I'm just saying it's so interesting that I
Yeah,
have.
but-
here's the thing: it's one thing to have parents with different energies. Your energies were almost the opposite of
Yes,
each other.
yes.
It was so weird.
She asked me something today.
Hmm.
She asked me today how you get your freedom, because
How you get?
how were you
freedom?
so open and free and all that. I said because when I'm young,
What an unusual question.
yeah, when I was young, I fight for my love. And I fight for my marriage, and I married somebody different religion. Since then, I'm free. Whatever I want, I fight for it, and that's why. Because she mentioned something, we're talking about disease or something, and I said I
Disease?
have. It's a lot. My neighbor. I said my neighbor. I have two lesbians. She saved my life, and she looked at me. Are you friend with lesbian?
Oh my God! So she's
And
a
I said,
conservative person.
yeah,
Okay.
very much so.
Oh,
And I
okay.
said, yeah. So she gave me quote from the Bible. So I look at her, and I said, who I am? I'm not God. I'm on earth to love everybody. So she was shocked for my answer. But I felt sad.
I'm shocked at hers.
Yeah.
Quite honestly.
I felt sad for the Egyptian people come to America and still they
What's
have
the-
the attitude
Yeah, they're
for
still
Egypt.
trapped. Yeah. Hey, listen, sometimes have you ever seen those movies or those videos on YouTube where there's an animal that's been at the zoo for a long time, that's been in a cage for a long time, and then when they go to set it free, they open the cage door and the animal stays in the cage.
Sad.
And I think we're animals. It bothers me that people think that we're anything more than animals, but we are.
We
And
are.
sometimes when you immigrate from a place like Egypt, especially if you're a woman and you've been in a cage and you've been trapped and you've had limited freedom, and then you come to a place with all the freedom in the world, you stay in your cage and just look out the door.
Which is wrong.
It's terrible.
Terrible.
It's terrible.
Why I came
It's
all
like
the way
you
here.
exactly. What's the point of coming
Yeah,
here?
and that's why her point. How you get all that?
And
I,
you should-
I fight for it from Egypt
Well, you-
because I
and-
fight for my love.
Well, you know what? You also thought about it. I think sometimes there's software that's in our brains. I refer to this all the time, that I think one of the ways to get your freedom, quote unquote, the way she asked, is to stay aware of your choices. I think sometimes we do things without thinking. And I think the way to do it is to be aware and examine your life and get to know people that are different than you and see how they live their lives and what makes them happy. And I think if you only hang out with people that are just like you, then you tend to stay trapped in the cage that was in the Egypt shape. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like
yeah.
if you come from one culture, there's certain limitations and restrictions. And unless you meet people of other cultures, you don't realize those limitations or restrictions. So I think it's really important to meet lots of different kinds of people, which brings me to the point of this episode.
Okay.
Meeting, I mean, I've always met lots of different people, and a lot of the people that we've met through the podcast over the last 35 or 34 episodes have been people that I've been friends with or I've known, but I haven't had this kind of conversation. Even immigrant to immigrant.
Yeah.
I haven't sat down with them and said, how did you get here? And what was your family like? And what's been the hardest part of your life? And it makes me question my friendships.
Yeah.
Like that I'm not asking people deep enough questions. Like, Charlie Harrison. Charlie's a female comedian who's now a small business owner. And
London.
In London. Charlie's in London. She was a good friend to me. And she was a comedian and now is a small business owner. And she said this thing to me that blew me away. She goes, you know what I miss most about comedy? And I said, what? She goes, I live in Edinburgh, Scotland now, and I was hanging out with a bunch of normal people, quote unquote. And she said, we were having these conversations, and it was so much work to get people to just open up. All the conversations at this party that she went to were so shallow. And she said, what I miss most about comedy is being around a bunch of people who are really, really open. And really, really transparent and all really different. And I miss that so much. And she goes, don't take that for granted. And she's so right. Like it made me go, oh my God, like all of us comedians in Los Angeles and actors or musicians, whatever we are, sometimes we take for granted the absolutely amazing relationships we have with other artists, especially in the communities that we have, that we can have these open conversations. And I feel lucky that I can have these open conversations with you.
Me too.
I'm actually shocked that this podcast is, I mean, I've known you my whole life. And all of a sudden, in the last 34 weeks, I feel like I know you better than I've ever known you.
Yes, because we open up. We always close, but some subject we open up about, and I'm so honest with it.
Yeah.
And I'm so proud of that. So when you open up, you get close to people you love, very close.
Yeah, you know what's
Yeah.
funny is I heard, I watch RuPaul's Drag Race. I'm a big fan of RuPaul's Drag Race, especially the earlier seasons. But there was this thing he said that I thought was really cool to one of the guys who was a drag queen. And, he said, my parents don't even know that I'm gay.
Oh,
And he was a guy from Thailand. And he said, you need to tell them. And I remember sitting there like as a straight guy going, oh, is that okay? Should he tell him what he should or shouldn't tell his family? Like, I think he's right. I think he should tell his family. But like, that's a big liberty for RuPaul to tell someone you should tell your family. So I was like, that was weird. Because normally I think RuPaul's really wise. So he goes, you need to tell your family. And I was like, wow, that's aggressive. And then he goes, because you're robbing them of knowing the real you. And I was like,
Wow.
oh, wow. That
Wow.
totally makes
Yes.
sense.
Yes.
Like if you're not open with people, then they don't get to know the real you. And it's not
Yeah.
just you not being free, but it's them not even getting to know all of you.
And also, you lift something out of your chest, you get it
Yeah, it
out.
feels lighter.
Very
Yeah.
important.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's both sides, you
Yeah.
know?
Like
Yeah.
I've noticed it. Like even like there's been times where I've had to take a day job in my comedy career and I don't like it. It's not the work that I don't like. I'm a hard worker.
Yes.
It's not the work. I don't like going into a building and suddenly using a pattern of speech that feels fake. I don't like being in a place where they tell me to not feel emotions. Don't be angry. Don't be sad. Don't fall in love with a coworker. Don't do this. Don't do that. It's like people are worried that we're being replaced by robots. We're not. We're being turned into robots. Like, I don't like the invisible chains that are on you when you're inside a corporate environment.
Yeah.
That's what I don't like. It's not the work. Like and I think a lot of artists are the same way. Like, it's not that we don't have a strong work ethic. Some of us work harder than anybody who's got a 9 to 5. Most of us do, actually.
You're absolutely right.
I
You
think
know,
it's the chains that we don't like.
yeah. I met somebody, I used to be friend with her, and I met
I like
her.
with it too. I used to be friends with it.
With her. And polite of me, I hug her. When I hug her, she said, I missed you. I don't answer back. I didn't say I missed you too, because it's not in my heart. I'm not fake.
Oh, wow.
So I'm not gonna say I missed you too. So I listen. She say I missed you, and I kiss her, goodbye, nice to see you, and that's it. But I don't
Wow.
answer back. Some people they think I'm rude, but I'm not fake.
Man, you've changed.
A lot.
I used to
A
get
lot.
upset at you
Yes.
when you would do things just to make people feel good or say things that were little white lies
Yeah.
just to make people feel good.
You know why? 9 years ago, I break with some friend, and that's what make me strong now.
Yeah.
I don't take shit anymore.
Yeah.
I stand up for my right. People they think I'm alone, or not alone. I mean, without my husband, they can tell me what to do.
Yeah, like you're vulnerable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And no, over my dead body, not me. And never happened to me, and I never stand up for that. So I feel great.
Do you know what's so interesting? I feel like you're immigrating again.
I think so.
You know, it's almost like I feel like the arc you're going through right now I feel like a lot of the stuff, a lot of these layers that you're peeling off you and evolving are things from Egypt.
You're absolutely right, Tamer. Absolutely right.
It's almost like you're immigrating now.
Yes.
Because you decided to immigrate now.
You're right. And even at work, we have a problem, and the big boss find out about it. He asked me as a witness, but I told the both girl from their face, both wrong. And I felt,
But
you know,
what do you mean?
I didn't take side with anybody.
Okay, well let's
Yeah.
provide some clarity because I
Yeah.
think people are confused. So,
When you're honest.
there was a situation where somebody might have looked like they were doing drugs.
No,
and
not
you,
drugs.
You
no.
don't know.
Yeah,
you don't know.
No. Something happened. And they asked me as a witness, a problem, you know. And
It
they
wasn't. It wasn't.
no drugs or anything like that. Two females,
There was
they hit
some,
each other.
There was fought like a fight.
Yeah.
Okay, it's you got to provide some clarity,
Okay.
Mom. I'm so confused.
But I'm gonna tell you, when somebody asks me my opinion, I don't take anybody's
so you
side.
witnessed something.
Yeah.
You witnessed something at work, and then they wanted you to be a witness, and you
I-
didn't feel comfortable.
No. I said my opinion, and I don't take anybody's side. Front in anybody. I front them.
Well,
Okay.
I'm still super confused
It's
because
okay.
you didn't tell
Keep
the story.
confusing because I can't talk about it.
Okay, so you can't
just
talk
to
about-
let you,
okay.
let you know I'm strong now.
Yeah.
I can face people if they wrong. I say you're wrong.
Okay.
That's it.
Yeah, I think that's great.
Yeah.
I think that's good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, it's a not Middle East brain, but also edge brain. You're too young. I'm too old.
No, I just think. Well, look
But
here.
we
Let's
reach.
make a rule. If there's a story that you can't tell,
I
then
shouldn't
don't tell
mention.
it.
Okay. You guys like you need
because
the-
it's a confused. Nobody.
No, but-
I wasn't there with you, but you can't say
I
what
think
it's about.
you need the whole gossip.
It sounds dramatic. It
Yeah.
sounds like you witnessed a dramatic thing.
Yes, I did. Yeah.
And you decided, but I'm not clear on why. But let's stop talking
But
about
I'm
it.
not
'cause
gonna gossip
totally
about it.
confused.
Okay, let's go.
All right. Well, listen, it's episode 35, and so now I think is a good time for us. We're gonna start season 2, and I'm thinking about the things I want to do differently. Not necessarily differently, and not even like better or worse, but more evolutionarily. Like I think we're getting into our groove now. I think we know what this podcast is about. I think what kind of door we opened up. And I think, a lot of the people that we've met are people that are in our orbit. These are people that we know through the arts or through friends or through connections or whatever. And I think that was the perfect way to start. But one of the episodes, we interviewed a gal from Maine, or Maryland rather. And I think we've had a lot of email requests from people from the UK. A person from Pakistan emailed me. I had another person from Canada, another person from Virginia.
That's awesome.
It is. It's great. So I think there's a lot of really great stories out there that aren't in our orbit. And I think for season 2, we're going to start doing some more Skype interviews.
Like Jessica.
Like Jessica, exactly. And we're going to do some of those interviews, Skype style with people that we don't know. So I think that's going to add another dynamic to to season 2. I think it's going to be really interesting and a little bit more surprising, maybe. But I think it was perfect to start with our immediate orbit and then go to our second orbit. I think I've got some fun stuff planned for season 2 with some sound bites of statements that you make that I'm going to have looped and ready to dispense and use.
What is statement?
It's going to be fun. And then, is there anything that when you went through the episodes, what were like episodes that you remember the most? What do you think were the 3 episodes that you remembered the most that were most meaningful to you?
Amir.
Amir? Episode 1?
No, episode 2.
Episode 2. You were episode 1. You're right. Yeah. Amir was our first guest.
Leon.
Leon Mandel from Moldova.
Left a touch to me.
Look, well, let's start with Amir first. What was it about Amir's story? It was the first story, so it might have been like, whoa, this is like, because you didn't know what a podcast was even like before this. So you're like, what are we... So it kind of like set the foundation for what the rest of the season was going to be like.
I felt because our immigration was legal, we did the steps legal.
Yeah.
But when I heard the stories, they went through a truck and hired.
Well, yeah.
And all
I mean, his
that.
immigration was legal too, but leaving the country was because of the state they were in.
Very
they had to go. They had to hide.
Yeah. Even for me, when I left Egypt, it was very hard for me because I'm allowed to come with $75 only. But
that's insane.
Insane. That's including me, you with me, $75 to come a new country with $75.
What is up with that? Why? What is the purpose of that?
I don't know. So I hired $700 with me. So it was so scary. Until the plane moved, I started to relax. But I was shaking like a shit because I hired $700.
That's so crazy.
Yes.
It's actually completely irresponsible to fly to another country with a child and only have $75.
Yeah.
So
how $75?
It's crazy.
Yeah.
And you were moving there.
Yes.
So it's a stupid law that forces good people to break laws.
Yes.
And creates all this stress and tension and
and when you are in airport, if you're nervous, they stop you.
Yeah, you get they notice you.
Yeah, but I control myself good. But to listen to Amir's story, it would shock me, and I felt so scary. Even when you listen to him, and I felt he has a strong mom.
Very
she
strong,
make decision.
Yeah, and
for
those
the family.
For those that don't remember, it was episode 2. Amir immigrated from Iran, and during right when the war was starting, and they used smugglers.
Yes.
To smuggle them across borders, and in the story he was talking about having his mom's jewelry stuffed in his shoes.
Yes.
And it was scary story,
and to be in a truck, scared,
driving through the desert at night, and no one was talking.
Yeah,
like they were laying in the back of a truck bed, staring up at the sky as they're crossing a desert, and no one would speak.
Just imagine. It's just so scary.
It's such a powerful, almost film, cinematic visual that you get.
Yes. So that's Amir's story. It's stuck in my heart.
Yeah.
Because,
And what about Leon, who immigrated from Moldova? What was it about Leon that stuck out?
When the mom, first when he says the mom kissed the wall because she's leaving, I know this feeling.
In that episode, Leon was talking about as they were leaving home, his mom walked around the home that they grew up in and kissed all the walls.
And
Just again, so what a powerful visual.
powerful. And his dad
Wow.
in the train, the grandmother run when a train moving.
Yeah, and
It's
his
just
dad
I want
crying
you
is
to
just-
imagine.
Yeah. Being
it's
forced to leave. Yeah.
And the grandmom, how old they her? I don't know.
Yeah.
She's running with the train moving.
Yeah.
How destroyed.
An old woman running by a train to say
and
goodbye to her
son
son
and family in
and
a
grandchildren
train.
and yeah. You know what it makes me think of too?
Yeah.
What this podcast has made me realize is it made me feel sorry for racists. Because it's like they are the worst people in a country trying to fight the best people from other countries.
Yeah.
And it's not a fair fight.
Yeah.
It's not a fair fight.
Yeah, because to see these people, how hard
We're
they
so
make
much
it
stronger than they are.
and how they succeed.
They're like chihuahuas biting on the ankles of giants.
Yeah.
Emotionally, you have to be such a strong person.
Yeah.
And it just makes me I really genuinely the impact of racists on my life, they affect me so much less than ever before because of listening to these stories.
Yes.
You know?
Lots of respect.
Yeah.
And leave stuff with you. You respect these people a lot. You
mean
know?
the immigrants?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I just want to
immigrant.
clarify.
Oh, no, immigrant, you know. And Leon also, did I say his name
Leon.
right, Leon? When he come out as a gay man, I respect him a lot.
It can't be easy.
Yeah, it can
I
be
mean,
easy.
coming out as a gay person,
Yes.
even to an American family,
Yeah.
is one thing. But you know, the one thing about immigrant culture is that we tend to be very conservative,
Right.
especially towards the gay community.
Yes.
And for him to do that was so brave.
Yeah, people until today, like I told you, this lady, she gave me quote from the Bible today.
so
I'm not
silly.
God in the earth. I'm not.
what is that
I'm here
about?
to love people.
Yeah.
I don't care. you
Who
know?
does? And who? It's such a
Yeah.
weird thing to
Yeah,
do too.
yeah.
Like
So-
I love Rocky movies.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna go up to somebody who's like, and go, hey, remember?
Yeah. it's
Remember,
not
you
right.
can do it, Rock. Remember, like who does that?
Yeah. I think
Just like be a human being.
Yeah.
You know what else? It's almost like you're sourcing, you're outsourcing your morality.
yeah.
It's like don't read a page to me.
Yeah.
Tell me your feelings.
Yeah.
How do you feel? Don't be a robot. That's what I feel like. When someone, instead of giving me their opinion about something or telling me their genuine feelings about something, they just recite pages from a book.
Yeah.
It's like a caller. It's like those stupid callers who call you while you're eating dinner.
Yeah.
You know, and go, "Hello, sir. I would like to speak to you about blah blah blah." And I'm like, "Hello, I'm eating dinner." And then they just keep reading,
Yeah.
and I'm like, stop being a telemarketer. Stop being a robot. Be a human being. You have a brain. I don't know if there is a God, but if there was one, he gave you that.
Yeah.
Or she gave you that, or they gave you that.
But who you are to judge anybody else?
Exactly. In what family does a brother discipline a sister
Yeah.
or a sister discipline a brother?
Yeah.
If I was God and I was a parent and my kids tried to discipline each other, I would beat the crap out of that kid who tried to discipline. I'd be like, that's not your job.
Exactly.
You're not God.
Yeah.
You know what I
exactly.
mean?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
And we said how many you need. You have
What was your third?
third one? Shark. The
Shark.
shark.
Yeah.
He beat the death.
He
And,
did beat
yeah,
death. You're
and
right.
you feel he's miracle kid.
You know what? It is such
miracle.
I see
kids.
I see Shark probably 3 times a week because I go to the boxing gym. That was an amazing episode. Shark came from Ukraine. When he was just a kid, 18 years old, he had a heart attack and he flatlined.
Almost.
And I got to tell you, like, when you meet someone who's legally, medically passed away and come back, it is almost, they're special.
yeah.
They really are special. Like I don't know if I don't know about an afterlife or anything like that. But when somebody flatlines and comes back, they really do seem special to me.
Yes. And look at what kind of job he do. I mean, he's not
He's
laying
such
in
a
a bed. I'm
warrior.
worried about my
Yeah.
heart. He's doing great job.
And you should see him in the gym too. His energy, he's got like as a boxing trainer, you'll see, I've seen this, right, in the
Yeah.
gym where there'll be somebody exhausted.
Yeah.
Like he's running them through a tough workout. They're on a bag or they're hitting mitts or whatever. and you can see them almost like their light is going dim, their energy's going low, and then Shark, even before he engages with them, as he's walking over, it's almost like their energy rises.
Left them up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like he's got such a strong energy to him. And what a way to then go after life. I mean, what kind of person gets, I mean, life, his heart stopped. And the career he chose is a career where he elevates his heart rate incredibly high almost every day.
Yeah.
He's like a guy that's running towards fire.
Yeah.
Instead of running away from it. Like, my God. And I think like that's a common energy in a lot of immigrants. Like these are people just like the founding fathers of this country who said, I don't like this society that I'm in. I know that the way for me to go to this better world, this better society, instead of just looking at it and saying, this is great, they said, no, I'm going to go there. That's that same kind of energy.
Yeah.
Like it really makes me, I mean, I loved immigrants in the first place.
Yeah.
But I think I have more respect and more love and more admiration for immigrants.
More you hear a story.
And more pride in being an immigrant than I ever have before.
Yeah.
Because all the stories are so different, but they're also pretty similar.
Yeah, but completely different.
Yeah.
Each one completely different if you think about it. We have 34, but you can ask, I will remember almost each one, not almost, but almost,
You have. You know what's been really interesting to me that, like, I'm really grateful for their podcast for a lot of reasons, but one of the things is I almost took for granted our relationship. Like, we talk, like, we have a nice relationship, but sometimes you need an outside perspective to talk about it where you go, oh, yeah, it's special. Like we've always had a tight relationship, but this is probably the best it's ever been.
Yeah. Well, I heard from somebody a long time ago. They say, Tamer, he's meant the word for Kity. I said, of course, that's my son.
Well, you made me.
I'm not going to take anybody's side against my son. Of course. But if he's wrong, you should tell him. I said, no, it's up to me. I know how to tell him wrong.
You tell me I'm wrong all the time.
Yeah, but it's up to me.
Actually, you're very loosey-goosey with telling me when I'm wrong.
Yeah, but we have good people through the episode here.
Yeah.
And
do you want to hear an email that that really surprised me?
Yeah.
It was a female listener who's Middle Eastern, and she said, I love your podcast. I love listening in each week. She's like, and I have to tell you, hearing a Middle Eastern, a female woman's Middle Eastern accent say things that are so progressive and so open, and she used this word, she goes, is jarring.
Oh.
Like shocking.
Wow.
And I love that.
Yeah.
Because we are more than this narrow definition. Like, I like when people say, you don't look like any Egyptian I've ever met. I'm like, well, you need to meet more Egyptians.
Yeah.
Because there's lots of different kinds of Egyptians.
Yeah.
And I do think it stinks that the conservative people have owned the identity of Middle Eastern immigrant.
I'm sorry, Tamer. It's 90% from
It is
Egyptian
90%,
moms.
but they should know that there's other people too.
Yeah. But I will say the percentage is too high.
It is too high. And you know what? Maybe the percentage is so high because people feel like the options are too low. And I think by letting them know that there are other kinds of Middle Eastern people, that there are Middle Eastern people who think you should have sex before you get married, that there are Middle Eastern parents who know that their sons smoke marijuana every once in a while, that there are, and that they don't think he's a criminal for doing it, that there are Middle Eastern people who want their kids to do what they love instead of what makes them safe. Like, maybe it makes them feel like, well, maybe I can be a little bit more open too, and that doesn't make me a bad person.
Also, Shireen and Anna. If you remember
I love
Anna,
those two. Yeah.
they are special. But if you remember Anna,
those are the hosts of the Ethnically Ambiguous podcast. Great girls.
Very good girls.
Yeah, a Syrian American and an Iranian American. It's a great podcast.
But if you listen to Anna, and during her time, she said her brother physically hit his father.
Well, I think
physically,
they would have a tense energy between each other.
Yeah, but physically
he
hit
got
his
really
father.
I did
Physically, yeah. and that's hurt a lot.
Yeah.
But if he respect his freedom and he gave him little bit, this is never happened. Never happened. You know, so you have to be careful what
I
you're
don't know that
doing.
we can say that it would never happen. You don't know. I'll tell you though, of all the podcast episodes, if you ask me what stuck out with me the most, it was Anna's story.
Anna's story,
And it was Anna's
her.
and Anna's brother's relationship with his dad made me feel sad, but it also made me feel sad for my relationship with my dad.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing, and maybe this will make you feel better. I know that Tino loved me,
Yes.
but I don't think he knew me well enough to like me.
No, Chino problem is he grew up with lots of love from his father. Okay?
Yeah.
And with his
But
father
I don't think that's a
passed aw-
problem.
No. When his father passed away, he was destroyed.
Yeah.
So Chino, he don't know better, and I think the army destroy him more.
Well, he had PTSD
Yes,
from things that
destroy
happened
him more.
in the army.
So he's always worried about you. He don't want to give you enough love because Tino, he believe he
Yeah, but
died
that's-
with heart attack. All his life,
He thought he was going to die of a heart attack.
heart attack because his father died.
Who
heart
does
attack.
that? Why does he have
I know.
a fantasy game pool of?
Yeah, that's why
Is
I
he
used
betting
to
on his
tell-
own method of
I
death?
used to tell him.
So he
Chino-
would go up to you and say, "I think I'm going to die of a heart attack."
Yeah, because his brother died heart attack young.
And then what would you say when he said
And
that?
I think, Chino, you're wearing black glasses. You don't think this way.
Yeah.
Remove it.
He's being negative, yeah.
Think positive. Remove it.
So weird. It was so weird that he did that. That he
Yeah,
was like,
yeah.
if you
It's-
assume the worst, then you'll never
Yeah.
get surprised.
When I look back, I feel sad because he lost a lot
Sure.
with the
Yeah. I mean, I don't even
relationship.
know him.
Yeah.
I mean, I
yeah,
really feel like I don't
but,
even know him,
I'm
and he didn't know
sorry,
me.
I'm
He really
sorry,
doesn't know me. He didn't know me.
But he loved you. But I mean, when he passed away, he don't pass away until you come over and you told him, "I love you."
Of course. And
Yeah,
we got
and he
very,
passed
very.
away.
Here's the bummer,
Yeah.
and maybe that's why I love this podcast so much,
Yeah.
and maybe why it's brought us closer.
Yeah.
Is you're right. There was an absolute silver lining to cancer.
Yes. Yeah.
And the silver lining to cancer was that it made my dad a softer person.
Mm-hmm.
It made my dad more curious about getting to know me.
Mm-hmm.
And in the last few months, we started to talk and have nice conversations. The negative side of cancer is that it's directly associated to stress.
Yeah.
And because of that, I couldn't really have the deep conversations I wanted to have. I couldn't get answers to some of the questions that I had.
Yeah.
But that's what I love about this podcast. I
Yeah.
think maybe some of those answers that I couldn't get from him literally on his deathbed, I'm getting from you
Yeah.
through this podcast. And
Yeah.
it's made me, I think it's made me a lighter person.
He was very negative person, and he's
But
lucky
can I
to
ask you-
marry me.
Yeah,
honestly,
I agree 100%.
honestly,
Can I
you know.
ask you something?
Yeah.
In the last 2 years, do I seem less? Did you used to think I was an angry person?
Yeah. Not angry, very defensive. You
Well,
get very defensive.
I was angry. Yeah.
Yeah. I see it maybe because as a mom, you know, I remove everything ugly
Yeah.
and I try to see the much better side, but I feel you're more defensive.
Do you want to hear something weird?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
You think I'm more defensive now?
No, you're much better, of course.
Yeah, I'm better now.
Yeah.
Here's the thing that is I struggled with my comedy. I knew that every time I told jokes about my dad, I was always worried about it hurting you. And obviously I love you, so I didn't want to do it. But you know how like when dogs are sick, their brain tells them to eat grass
Yeah.
and it makes them better? They don't know. It's not like their brain, the dog goes, "Oh, grass will make me feel better." It's dog Tylenol. It's just nature.
Yeah.
Naturally, they knew that's how the pain gets removed.
Yeah.
And believe me, when I thought about it, I did not want to do jokes about my dad.
Right.
But when I did it, it made me feel better.
Yeah, but
And that's why I did it.
Yeah.
And it made me feel better. And the reason why I seem less defensive and less angry now is because I got it out.
yeah, but also when you make it, sometimes you make it, you don't understand Chino very well.
I didn't know him.
Yeah, but that's why I always say
And he didn't-
he's
and he
lucky
didn't- he didn't know
because
me.
I balance his life.
Yeah.
I don't like to give credit myself, but I spoil him and I balance his life because he's very negative and balance him.
Of course. No,
and
you
he
were-
was
you were
a very,
amazing.
very good man, but he don't know how to love you And was a guy, was a guy from Egypt. He tried to break my marriage
Yeah, he was
so
a terrible
bad.
person, yeah.
And your father, he didn't see that.
Yeah.
The guy, he did his best to break my marriage.
Yeah.
For reason he don't like me
Well, he was
because
single and he wanted his buddy to hang out with him and party,
his
and
money, because he borrow money all the
yeah,
time.
and he wanted to
Because
keep borrowing money from my dad. Yeah, yeah.
when I get married, this is no more.
Yeah.
And
Well,
he
you know what?
did it.
He's a guy that still lived in Egypt.
Yes.
And here he was in America, and a woman's opinion was stopping him from getting money from his friend.
Right.
So he was like, "No, I
He-
live by Egypt
yeah.
rules. I don't like this chick.
Right.
I'm gonna do things to try to break up their marriage."
You can't believe it what he did against me to break my marriage.
Hmm.
But I was strong enough to stand up for anybody.
Wait, I know some stuff, but what other stuff did he do?
Like, for example, from Egypt, before it's opening,
Mm-hmm.
he let some women called over a phone, and she said, I'm a girlfriend of Chino.
Oh, what a dick!
Yeah. And my mother-in-law, she said, the maid,
How did you know that he did that?
I know, because she has information
Hmm.
about my life. Nobody know it except this guy.
Wow.
So she said your name. You have
She
son.
said my name.
Yeah, you have a. You see,
What a jerk.
she called and the maid answered the phone, and she looked at me. She said, "I'm sorry, is this phone for Mr. Chino?" I said, "Let me take the call." He's asleep because he came from the army and he take a nap. So I said, "Hello, who is it?" And she said, "Are you his wife?" I said, "Yeah." And she said, "I'm his girlfriend.
Wow.
I have appointment with him right now in half hour." I said, "You know what I did?" I said, "Oh, I'm sorry, he's asleep. When he wake up, I let him know you're waiting for him." My mother-in-law, she's going crazy. "Don't believe it, don't believe it." I said, "No, wait." And she said, you're not jealous? You're not mad?" and you know what my answer?
What?
I said, "No, I'm so excited. My husband, so sexy. Women going after him."
Oh, you're awesome.
Yeah, and she said, "Oh, by the way, you have a son. He's 4 months old. His name Tamer." I said, "Yes."
Yeah, and
he came from Chino.
That's so funny
Yeah.
that she would like say such.
Yes,
Like
so-
she's listing facts to try to.
Yeah, yeah.
So
for
it was
sure.
became obvious.
Yeah,
that-
obvious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What
And
a
he did
dummy.
lots of stuff there is, but I stand up for my marriage and
Yeah.
I balanced. And my mother-in-law, she was awesome. She can't believe it. I did that.
Yeah.
And Chino wake up and I told him, he said, "I'm here. I don't have any date." And he was, he's a nice
So you
guy.
never doubted it. You never believed it.
And he's a nice guy. He don't even know how to stand up for this man. And he knows
Yeah.
he tried to break my marriage,
Yeah.
but he didn't stand up for it. And I accept it because I know Chino, he has a good heart. He don't know how to do that.
Yeah.
And I know he love you, but something is stuck between. He don't know how to love you.
Yeah.
He don't know how to
Yeah,
love you.
I get it.
Yeah.
And- oh, I get it now.
Now,
I,
yeah,
I
yeah.
gotta be honest. It's
Yeah,
really
it's
hard.
sad.
It's really hard to
It's
forgive
sad.
it.
Yeah,
I
and
can't. I
it's-
gotta be honest. You
Yeah.
know, like I want to make you feel good, and I want to say I love my dad, and all is forgiven, and
No,
he's
I
this
don't
perfect
want you
person.
to say-
But I am still mad.
Yeah,
I am
it's
still
okay.
mad that I was like, like I had a friend who said to me, he's like, "Oh, well, at least you had a dad," and I said, "Okay, let me ask you, what's better? If you have a GPS in your car that's broken, or if you have a car with no GPS?"
Yeah.
They're the same.
But Tamer,
It's the same. It's just as bad. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm not, listen, I'm past it. I'm over it.
Yeah.
It's in my rear view mirror.
yes, yeah.
It's
yeah.
in my rear view mirror,
yeah.
but it is upsetting, and I'm not going to pretend that it's not. You know what it feels like? It just feels like such a waste.
Yeah, I
Like,
agree.
what a waste.
100%. But sometimes I take the blame. You know
What
why?
are you talking about?
Yeah, you know why? I
Why?
tell you why. Because I give so much love, and he hates that because he say that's too much. I need to control it.
Lady, listen, if you didn't have it,
But
no,
I can.
Listen, you did. It's almost like you instinctively did the exact right thing. It was such a weird house.
I'm loving
because I would
person.
go from someone who was hugging and kissing me to someone who was hitting me in the face. You know
I
what I mean?
cannot
It was
change.
so bizarre. It wasn't a little different. It was an extreme
yeah.
swing back and forth, back and forth. And then when I'd leave the house, so I wouldn't try to make him mad, he'd be like, "You spent too much time outside." And I'm like, Jesus Christ.
But when we look back, I'm so proud of you.
I'm proud of
came
you too.
Very good guy. You do whatever you love, and you have a very good brain, smart,
Thank you.
artistic, very good. I'm so proud of you.
I'm proud of you
And
too.
I'm proud to say you are my son.
I'm proud to say
Yes,
you're my
thank
mom.
you.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
thank you.
Well, listen,
Okay.
and I'm also proud to say that you're my co-host on this podcast.
Thank you.
I think you've been amazing.
Thank you.
You're such a natural. Like
Thank you.
it's crazy. You're.
Thank you, Tamer.
I thought you were gonna be good, but you've really impressed me. You're
Stop
really
that.
great.
I don't want to cry. Okay.
Why, oh, okay. Well, okay.
You know, love word also, it's very
right.
hard for
Well,
me.
I'm excited for season 2. Are you
Yeah,
excited?
me too.
Good.
Yeah.
We're gonna our season's gonna start next episode, and
Uh-huh.
I'm excited about our next guest. I think you're gonna like her a lot,
Yeah.
and then we're gonna have some guests from near and far, and I think season two is gonna get real good. We're gonna kick it in the next gear.
It's very good.
Good.
Yeah.
All right.
Ve-
Well,
ve-
did you
very
like?
good.
Was this good? Little recap on everything. It was good
Yeah,
to kind of.
I can do for everyone. Everyone.
I know. You know what impressed me?
Yeah, my memory.
Yeah.
My memory.
Yeah.
And
It shows you when stories are meaningful.
yeah,
Like they
I left a mark
Yeah.
in my chest.
It's
you know?
different to be in the room too. Like I feel like I don't know if the people listening, if the stories stick on their bodies the way they stuck on mine,
Yeah.
but they do. Like
Yeah.
I remember every detail of almost every of every podcast.
Yeah, me too. Also, the guy, he just married with a friend with Angie and Hall. The one, first time
Oh,
he
yeah.
met his girlfriend, she
Rafe.
threw up.
Rafe,
in
he
his
caught her
hand.
he caught her barf
That's
in her.
love. That's love.
Well, that was the first night they
Yeah,
met,
can
so
you
yeah.
believe it? But that's show
Did you
him
see
how
their
kind.
wedding? Do you follow him on Instagram?
No.
Their wedding photos are amazing.
No, I don't watch this.
Amazing.
But also,
His bachelor party was in Bogota, Colombia.
Oh, really?
Like,
yeah.
and the wedding photos
I
are.
can
I'm gonna
see
I'm gonna
it's
send
rich.
you
Yeah.
his. Follow him on Instagram, and I'll send you the
Show
link.
me. Okay, do it
The
for
photos
me.
are stunning.
Also, I have to mention, I'm so proud of Yahal,
Yeah.
the love for his wife.
Yeah,
Unbelievable.
they're having a baby. They're
yeah,
far along.
And
Yeah.
write the stuff. Real love. I love this stuff.
Yeah, I think they're great
and
too.
respected.
Yeah.
Also, Shireen. Also, she's a great
She's amazing.
artist. Great artist.
yeah.
You know, she has a great relationship with her mom and dad. And when she talk about Syria, it's very good. Also, the guy Paul Elias, the comedian.
Yeah, Paul Leah.
Yeah. Oh, very good.
Yeah.
Very good. Proud of his mom.
Yeah,
12
his
years
mom's amazing.
old to work to
She's
fix
a G.
TV.
She was a G.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know how to put this wire with this.
Okay, I get it. You've got an impressive
okay.
memory. Take it easy, beautiful mind.
Hold on.
Who are you, Lady Russell Crowe?
Hold on. Who's else? Somebody left something for me. Is Constantine.
Ilya
Ilya
Constantine,
Constantine.
and we also interviewed his wife, Sveta.
Oh my God.
They're amazing.
Amazing couple.
We're working on a short film together now.
This guy, I love him. His
great.
wife also.
They're
she's
both
cute,
amazing, yeah.
Cute, nice, sweet.
And
You
super
see the
talented.
love.
I can't wait
You
till you
the
see them
love.
act.
And I'm just go pieces when I see people love each other.
You go pieces?
My heart go all over. I don't know. That's my
I love it when you
expression.
introduce me to phrases I've never heard you
Yeah,
say.
I love people
great.
in love.
All right.
Respect
Well, listen,
each
this was a
other.
great episode.
Yeah.
And I think it's perfect that every time we end a season that you and I kind of sit and talk about the last season.
Uh-huh.
And so here's to another 35 great episodes. Thank you for being my partner
I love
on
you.
the podcast. I love you too.
I love you.
And guys, thank you so much for listening and for the amazing reviews, for telling your friends, for sending us the great messages. It's not easy to always do a podcast, to come in here all the time, and sometimes you're tired and sometimes you've got other stuff, but you guys, the messages have been so uplifting. It's like somebody handing us cups of water in a marathon. Like,
Yeah.
I love it now. It's like one of my favorite times of the week is to sit down with you and meet people, and the fans have been amazing. I've been really, really stoked. And Paul, thank you for being our
Yes,
sound guy.
yes.
We love being part
He's
of Comedy
awesome.
Pop-Up Network.
Yeah.
You're awesome, and your
Yeah.
episode was awesome. And we need to have a part 2 with you, by the way.
Yeah.
Um,
And I need to talk more about my life story.
Yeah, I think so
Because
too.
I missed some stuff I need to talk about.
Yeah,
it.
I'd also like to.
Because that's history.
Yeah.
And I like to know.
I think you and I need to sit down and talk about writing your story for TV.
Very important.
Or maybe
Yeah.
something else in
Yes,
another
yes,
form.
yeah.
And I think this is a great place to catch it,
Yes.
to capture
Yeah.
it. So so again, thank you so much for listening to the podcast, for the reviews. If you haven't yet, give us a 5-star review on iTunes. That'd be amazing. It really does help and gets more people finding us. If you're looking for live comedy, you can find me at tamerkattan.com. Also, there's a link there for merch, to podcast links, and to our YouTube channel. If you're looking for us on Instagram, on other social media, it's at TamerCat. And my mom on Instagram is?
Kattan, Kitty, Kattan.
You got it.
Yes.
All right, guys. Thanks again for listening. We'll see you next time. See you at season 2.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
English, baby.